Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome to today's video. So we are in the world of Willow Creek, and for today we are building a starter home for our sim Myra Andrews. So Myra is a sim that we created, I think it was a couple of weeks ago over here on the channel. I'll actually link her create a sim video down at the end of this video in case you haven't watched it. And so with this home we had about 18,000 simoleons, and I wanted to build something that was more on the style of, I think they call it suburban contempo in the game, and that very much describes it. It's kind of a mix where it's got semi-modern vibes, but it's very much a suburban home. And a couple of things that I wanted to add was I wanted to make sure it was something that could be expanded upon. So it was a starter home in terms of budget, but it had the space that you could easily change the floor plan and make it like a 2 or a 3 bedroom home. And I think that that's what we're doing. So I've actually started to create an LP for Myra, and I've been running that on Twitch. So every day at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am running a LP over on Twitch for Myra, and we've actually had a ball playing with Myra and just, seeing how her life is unfolding. And this house will probably need renovating very soon, so that's very exciting. But I think it was such a beautiful home. I really loved the colors. I really loved how that dark roof interacted with the stone fencings and the stone wallpaper, and I love doing that. I love taking the stone onto the chimney and then incorporating it into the roofing. I think it's really cohesive and what have you. So this is a home that I kind of built on the fly. I didn't really have a lot of planning that went into this build, and yeah, so as you can see from a top-down view, it's a very spacious home, and how we kind of do the floor plan is, I think we're just about to get into it now. So no, I jump around a bit. Maybe I'm doing the windows. So we do use the Wedding Stories windows and the Strangerville windows. These are new DLC for me, and I've just been really enjoying it. I really love those Strangerville fencing and railings that we've used on our porches. So that navy blue, I just think it interacts so well with the charcoal color wallpaper that we have for the sliding of the house. I think it's so pretty. And I think that, so a little bit more about this build. So the reason why this build is so dark is I built this in, obviously when you go into a household and you play and then you go into build mode. So Seasons was interacting with this build. So this was built in the fall time in game. So that's why it looks a bit dark. But what I do fix that in a minute. So you shortly, when we get into the landscaping, I exit out and go back into it, and you'll see it's bright. So it looks a bit dull now, but I can assure you the house is nice and bright. So yeah, a little bit more about this home. So we use debug fencing, of course. With starter homes, I had to obviously conserve the budget. Again, one could say I maybe was a bit too ambitious with this build, as it is a bit large, but I really enjoyed it. And I think for an LP, it's really important to have a home that can be very expanded upon, because there's nothing worse than having a home that's too small and then you have to build it again. I mean, I'm a builder. I don't have that problem, but I could imagine somebody who does Let's Plays a lot, so maybe doesn't really have, accessible, maybe doesn't want to build, or maybe doesn't have a build in mind, would find it a bit frustrating. Okay, so here we are. We are back with some decent lighting, and you can just see that the house looks way nicer in the summertime or when it's bright. So we're just going in with some landscaping. So I kept it very simple. I wanted to use just a couple of flowers. I thought the pink flowers at the front of the build were really nice. I think they pair well with the blue, and then obviously with some white. The whites and greens play well with it. It kind of gives it a little bit more of that contemporary traditional look, and that really played on the suburban part of that criteria, whilst the modern side is a little bit more of the roof texture, maybe the color, the shape of the build, things like that kind of make it a little bit more modern. That fence has more of a modern vibe to it. And yeah, I did just lower the foundation so that I could place my landscaping really close. So that's a tip if you're ever having issues with your landscaping. And I do keep it very basic. In the back, we do continue the path around. I actually do like a side entrance with the fence. And then we just kind of yeah, just keep a path. This is a beautiful lot. This is probably my favorite lot in Willow Creek. It's the Daisy Hovel lot. And the reason I love this lot so much is it's in that starter home area of Willow Creek, but this lot is large enough to fit a full family home. A lot of I think I did my 50K family home, which is actually on the channel. I'll link that one down below, on this lot as well. And you can see it was a bigger house, but it fits the same lot. So it's got that room for expandability. So as I'm playing the LP with Myra, it means that I can go back and build using the same lot. I don't have to change lots. All right, so this was part of the build where I wanted to change that pathing. I wanted to give it a little bit more texture and fun. So I actually curved the pathing around to connect it to the back. And you'll see that I think I'm just about to do it here. Yeah, I just curving it a little bit, just giving it a little bit more character. And then we go back in with some more landscaping. I think I put do I put a tree in the corner there? I might do. I have to replace the stairs because they obviously went missing when we reduced the foundation. And yeah, so yes, I go in with another cypress tree and another palm. I think that's beautiful. Now, what I had to do was a really sneaky little trick here. So I actually moved the old place the fence into the pillar just a little bit, enough so that it wasn't poking out, but enough that you could actually fit a sim through that gap. Because it's a debug fence, you can't really control the sizing too much of them. I mean, I'm sure you could with maybe the tool mod, but I don't use the tool mod, so unfortunately I couldn't. So that was the best I could do with that situation. I thought just extending the terrain to this tree, and then we put some plants. I think, just go in with some daisies. That's really nice. Just keeping it simple, but it's pretty. And I really liked this. I could have gone in with some low laying flowers to line the path. I normally would, but I didn't in this build. And I think I just wanted to keep it a little bit more simplified than I would normally do. But yeah, I think it's such a beautiful home regardless. And we will shortly be going inside to do the floor plan, which is very exciting. The floor plan of this one is interesting. I think that, so it's separated into two parts, obviously, which we're just getting into now. So what I started with is I sectioned off the back door, and then I went from there and I was like, okay, this can be a bathroom. This larger area could be a living room. And then I was like, okay, where am I going to put her bedroom? So then we do her bedroom. And then I was playing around with this front bit. I didn't know what to do. And then I came to this area where I just had this big frontal space. And I was like, okay, I know I want my kitchen in here and my dining, but I don't want it to be so open. I feel like I need to close it off a little bit more. We do in the end do a hallway, but I do lay out a couple of, I think I do most of the kitchen, and then I go back and I add that hallway in. So we do just use very cheap appliances. I do start with the most cheapest, like kitchen appliances and what have you, and then I change them towards the end of the build. I just wanted to get the necessities. It's how I build kind of these really budget starter homes, because this actually was cheaper than a starter home. So yeah, I had to make sure that I could afford it. Our high school years was top tier for this. High school years really does have some really cheap assets that allows you to build spaces, and they still look very pleasing, and they still look very well decorated. Are these curtains from Eco Lifestyle? I think these are like the Millionaire's hand-me-down curtains or something. They're amazing. I think they're only like 30 simoleons. I could be wrong, but yeah. We then went into the living room and I found this couch, and I don't normally use this couch, but I really love the texture. I really love the color. I felt that this was the type of, it really fit that modern vibe, and I really went modern in here, and we went with a university coffee table, and I really love that rug, and we managed to be able to put like a little office nook, and I went with a decorative fireplace from the holiday pack, and I just actually use a wall decoration piece that you just saw there, and that able to fill the gap that's actually in the fireplace, because I wanted to put a fireplace because we had a chimney. That was really important to me, so I was very happy when I could work that one out. So as you can see, we've just drawn in the hallway, and I wanted to have like open doors, but I went with the ones from the industrial lock kit originally, but I didn't feel that they fit the vibe. There was something about them, I can't really put my finger on it, but it just didn't really felt right to me. So we do end up changing that towards the end. In her bedroom, I only put one nightstand because I figured that at the time I didn't really want to spend the money. Went in with tons of clutter pieces. I put the sunglasses there, or the glasses, because in her sleepwear she actually does wear glasses. So I thought that was a neat little way of kind of portraying that storyline, because I had built I had created Myra before building this home, so I was able to have her personality kind of show. And I think also because Myra was definitely a sim that I wanted to be a bit corporate and businessy. That's how I envisioned her at first. So to me, like, I think that's why I lent more to a contemporary design as opposed to like really kind of super family, cozy, suburban. I wanted it to have a bit more of a contemporary design. And I really love these like little holiday trees in the mason jars. I thought it's such a pretty little decoration for this time of the year. It just has some basic furniture. I thought the little headphones were cute because I wear pink headphones, as you can see. And it's like, you know, it's my current sim. I don't know, it's kind of cute. I just thought it was sweet. A little bit of desk clutter makes me feel very much at home. I thought that the flower painting that we put into the kitchen, I never really find a place where I can use that, and it fits so well in the build. I feel like it's definitely more a contemporary piece, and it just fit in that kind of space. Just going around with some planters like we always do. And again, I just wanted to kind of clutter the space, but at this point we were very close to finishing, so we have 631 simoleons left, and I did want to leave her with some, and we did go in with a easel because I wanted to think of ways how could we like make money, and painting's a very good way of making money in The Sims. So yeah, alrighty, so here we are in live in game, and we're just gonna go do a simple tour of the build. Please ignore this little snow angel. I didn't realize that they stay. It is winter currently in my game, and if you watch the LP, Myra's LP live on Twitch, you can join us there and you can see us play. All right, let's go through the landscaping. Very simple for this one, just lots of white flowers in the back. I just kept it very simple. I really loved this path. I think it's very sweet with the debug fencing. I love the vibe that the modern vibe, that the fencing gives off. I think that's really sweet. All right, so let's go into the home. So you enter through the front door, and then you obviously have your entry. If I did have more money or more simoleons, I would add some curtains and maybe a mirror in the front here. Please ignore this. So that's more secrets to do with the LP. Because it was snowing, I did bring some things in. We do have, okay, so in the hallway, we'll just go through, we got some clutter pieces. I decided that Myra should get a cat. So I did add some, a cat tree and some other cat objects you'll see in a minute. So we've got an easel. This usually is out here on the back porch, but I wanted to bring it in because it was snowing, and I felt bad. I didn't want her to do it out in the snow. A chess table, and then let's go into the living room. So this space is beautiful. I wanted to get a stereo in the end, so I decided when Myra made a little bit more money that we could get a stereo because she's into music, so I thought that was really special. So yeah, I really love the space. As I said, this wall decor piece was really great in center of the fireplace. It just filled that gap. Got some books and a computer, and I added like a little cat calendar. So I thought that was super sweet. And then we go into the kitchen. I did upgrade, I think, the stove. I was able to afford an extra cabinet, which was really good for like cooking space. I put a popcorn machine in. I have filmed like, we did experience episode 1, so that's why there's added furniture, and obviously there's the pet bowl. So yeah, and Myra's bedroom. Still exactly the same. I just moved the hallway plant into a room. Again, I would probably add more curtains if I had more simoleons, maybe a rug, maybe another bedside table. And yeah, our bathroom is very basic in here. Nothing much to it. Just got a, this is huge. Normally I do a lot smaller of a bathroom. So this would be the one room where I think I would downsize and then potentially change the floor plan and just change the layout a little bit, maybe add on to it. And yeah, so that was the build today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I really hope you've been enjoying following along with Myra and her creator sim and now her house. And if you do want to see her Let's Play, if you want to come join us and play along with us, I stream every day live on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.